Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This video gonna be a short one today for you, but I've got two new tools I want to show you, and also we're gonna mount them up on the French Cleat wall. I decided to upgrade from gas to electric by going with the Makita weed trimmer and leaf blower. So today I'm gonna give you a mild review of the two, and also they're gonna get a storage solution. So let's get it done. So before I get into the review of these tools, let's go ahead and find their home up on the wall with the French Cleat system. Here we go. We're gonna take some Baltic birch, 1/2 inch in thickness, gonna cut a piece roughly 18 by 12. Then I've got a piece of scrap maple I've had lying around the shop for a little while. I'm gonna cut out 3 pieces that are roughly 5 inches in length, and then I'm gonna cut this one in half. I'm gonna use those for a little bit later. Now onto the bandsaw. I'm gonna basically gouge out a 45-degree angle curve kind of out here. This doesn't really need to be perfect. There's not an exact science to it. And honestly, you really don't even need to sand it, but I'm gonna go over here to the spindle sander and gonna go ahead and refine it up just a little bit longer, a little bit further, if you will. And then I'm gonna transfer that same mark to the other piece, cut it out on the bandsaw, and then sand it down just like I did the previous one. Okay, now that I got both pieces with that little groove cut out, I'm gonna take both and tape them together while making a mark on them just to kind of give a little bit of relief. I don't want the piece to look so chunky up on the wall. So I'm gonna take this line, I'm gonna follow it here in the bandsaw and cut it out just like this. Okay, now I've got a 1/4 inch roundover bit hooked up into my palm router, and just gonna ease all these edges. Now be careful when using pieces this small with a palm router. I've done this a lot, I'm fairly comfortable with it. So I can't really recommend it, but do it if you feel comfortable. So then a little hand sanding, and now it's time to go ahead and make some marks on where these exactly are gonna sit. That way we can test to make sure this leaf blower is gonna nestle right in place. Now because I'm using the glue and screw method, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-drill these holes. That way the holes are visible from the back when it's time to screw them in place. So before I screw these in from the back, I'm gonna use some thick CA glue and some activator to hold these pieces in place. And again, this stuff is awesome around the workshop. If you don't have any CA glue around with this activator, I recommend you get some from Starbond. I am an affiliate with them, so if you wanna check out the link down below in the description, you can save 10% by using code GLIMPSE10. So check them out, definitely awesome stuff to have around the shop. Once that almost instant bond is there, you can see just how strong it is. I'm then gonna turn my attention to the back of the piece, go ahead and countersink some holes, and then drive the screws in place. Now turning my attention to these strips of hardwood we cut from the beginning of the video. These are gonna get the same treatment. We're gonna go ahead and round over the edges to kind of give them that soft feel. Hand sand them a little bit, and these are gonna be cut at a little bit of an angle, about a 5-degree angle on one piece, so they're upwards facing just slightly. I've made that cut off camera, but now I'm gonna actually put the, well, yeah, look at that mistake. I drilled my holes in the wrong spot. But you know what? It happens. Mistakes in woodworking are almost as definite as death and taxes, and that's just kind of how things are sometimes. But be careful and pay attention. You won't make the same mistake I did. At this point, it's now time to cut the French cleat that's gonna be, or the cleat that's gonna be installed on the back of the piece. Just make a mark, go ahead and put it on the crosscut sled and cut it to length. Really that simple. Again, this CA glue comes in super handy all the time for these shop projects. So just lay a bead down, put some activator on the adjoining piece, and you're good to go. At this point, I'm gonna reinforce that joint with a few 1-inch screws, and now it's ready for the wall. So I think there's no better picture than this right here of just how versatile a French cleat system can be, from a soundbar and a TV to epoxy to clamps to even a pencil sharpener and glue. And yes, now even yard tools. French cleats are absolutely awesome, and I hope you guys have drawn a little bit of inspiration from this. And now time for the review. All right, now let's give it its true test to see what this leaf blower is really made of. Here we go. What am I doing? Okay guys, like I said, this is my mild review. This is not a hugely comprehensive review. I'm just gonna tell you what I've found so far and why I'm glad I pulled the trigger on these electric tools. So first and foremost, let's talk about price. The leaf blower, which came with 4 of these batteries, $315. I purchased it from Amazon. You can also purchase it directly from Makita. The weed whacker, or the weed trimmer, grass trimmer, that was around $175, and it came with 1 battery. Both tools came with their own chargers. The leaf blower came with a dual charger where you can actually charge 2 at a time because it takes 2 at a time, which is a pretty smart idea. And there's actually a little USB port on the end of that too, which is a pretty handy little feature. Also, I will say this, the leaf blower and the weed trimmer that I purchased, I was hoping that within this ½ acre of property that they could get the job done in one charge. And guess what they do? I need to typically blow all the yard debris out. It takes about 30 minutes, and I got about 33 minutes worth of battery life out of both of these 5-amp batteries. They take around 30 to 35 minutes to charge back up. So with the dual charger, you should have no issue in keeping the workforce going while you're maintaining your yard. I don't have, like I said, I don't have much stock footage of me using it here. I'm not real proud of my landscaping, but so I hope you guys can forgive me for that. But in terms of the use and the power, they are as powerful, if not more so, than the gas counterparts that I've used in the past. So I will definitely tell you, if you're ready to pull the plug and going all electric, do it now. It's definitely a good time to do it because 4 batteries for 1 tool is a fantastic deal. And also, thank you guys. I appreciate you being here. This has been kind of a fun video as well, and I hope you got something out of it. So without further ado, let's run the outro. Hey guys, I very much appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, I'm always gonna invite you to subscribe to the channel, and of course, do this too. So anyway, that way you never miss a video. Thank you so much again. My name is Chris. This has been A Glimpse Inside, and we'll see you on the next project. Until then, take care.